Okay, so today we're going to be doing a yoga class to help open up the front of the body. So this is a great class for runners, athletes, soccer players, all of the above. So I'm going to be walking you through some stuff. I've already discussed with you any injuries and you're fine with hand-on assistance. All right, so let's get started. All right, so we're going to start standing at the top of our mat. So we're in mountain pose. So we want to just have our feet about hip width apart, soft knees. We want to make sure we're pushing down through all four corners of the feet. And let's go ahead and start our breath. So pulling those abdominal muscles in, keeping the core nice and strong, and lifting up and opening the chest. We'll close our eyes if you haven't already. And we're breathing. So inhaling through the nose into the belly, and exhaling through the nose completely. And let's inhale for 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 3, 2, 1. And do that for a couple more breaths on your own. Last breath, inhaling deeply into the belly. And exhaling, we'll go ahead and open our eyes. And now we're going to inhale and bring the arms up. And exhale, arms come down. And inhale, arms are going to come up. And this time we're just going to reach both arms out towards the right. And a nice side stretch. So really lifting up and then over, perfect. So then we'll come back up to center, exhale the arms down. We'll do the same thing other side, inhaling up and exhaling, leaning up and out, lifting. Make sure you're breathing freely here. And then coming back up and relax. So we'll inhale up again and exhaling, we're going to hinge at the hips. And come forward, relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders. Good. Now there's different heights you can use that block as well. So if anytime you're using it, just know it has 3 different heights. And just kind of sway those hips a little bit. Nice bend in the knees. Opening the back of the legs. Breathing into this. And then we'll come back to center still. And so we're going to inhale and we're going to do a half lift. So bringing the shoulder blades together and down the back. And then exhale, fold back down. Relax the head again. You can use the block when you fold if you want. And let's do that again. Inhale, half lift. Bringing those shoulder blades together and down the back. And then exhale, fold. And then we're going to do that one more time. Inhaling, half lift. And exhaling, fold. I'll just go ahead and come down to all fours. Now if you need, you can always double up the mat or use the blanket if you need any help or extra padding with your knees. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and move our blocks out of the way a little bit because we're going to be lifting our arms out to the side. So we're going to have our hands stacked under our shoulders, nice wide starfish fingers, and our hips underneath, or our knees underneath our hips. And so we're going to take the right arm and we're going to inhale it up and exhale down. And left arm, inhale up, twisting and exhale down. And then right arm's going to come up. And this time we're going to go through the hole. Shoulder's going to come all the way down. Perfect. Relax that hand. Now you can push through this hand if you want to give a little extra twist. And we want to try and keep the hips square, perfect. And breathe into that upper back. And then when you're ready, you can inhale and come back to center. I'll do the same thing other side. So inhaling left arm up and exhaling down. And then right arm. And down, inhaling left arm and through the hole all the way down. Shoulder comes down. Good, and pushing through that right hand. Try and square those hips. Nice. Good, breathing into the upper back. And go ahead and inhale and come back to center. From here, we're just gonna keep those toes tucked. We're gonna make sure we have nice wide starfish fingers, and we're gonna lift up into downward dog. So lifting the hips straight up towards where the ceiling and the wall meet behind us. So we want our knees nice and bent. We want to keep our ears even with the biceps. That looks great. And so here, let's go ahead and pedal through those legs a little bit. Opening up the back of the legs. Breathing. Good, and then pushing back through both. And then from here, we're just gonna come into our plank. So we're gonna pull ourselves forward. You can adjust the hands if you need to. And we're gonna keep those elbows close to our sides as we lower down with strength. And then we're gonna inhale to our modified cobra. So modified cobra, we're gonna keep our nose down towards the mat. And we're just gonna lift and we're gonna engage the legs. Good, so lifting good. And you can put your hands down. That's just a test to make sure you're using your back muscles. And relax back down. And then come back to downward facing dog. So pushing the hips up all the way. Good. And really pushing through all of your fingers and your knuckles. And then from here, we're just going to bring our right knee forward and we're gonna drop the left knee. So left knee is gonna come down. So you can scooch those toes forward so that you can lean into this stretch. We can keep our hands on our hips. You can use blocks as well if you want to, whatever's comfortable. Or you can bring the arms up if the stretch is not too intense for you. Good, breathing here. And we're gonna do a nice side stretch again. So we're gonna take our both hands and just come over towards our right bent leg. And we're breathing. Good. So with this, we want to lift up first and then come over. So not so much collapsing as lifting up through the hands. So come back to center. We'll go ahead and frame the foot with our hands, stepping back into downward dog. And then we're gonna bring our left foot forward. Drop the right knee. And same exact thing. So whatever was comfortable for you before, you can use the hands that way. Good, nice wide legs, helps with balance, even keeping up on that toe, yep. And so lifting up as if someone was pulling you from the top of your head. Perfect. And then go ahead and lean out over to the left side. Still finding that breath, make sure you're breathing. Lifting up first. Good. And then coming back to center, framing the foot, and coming back to our down dog. So from here, we're just gonna take our right foot straight behind us. Then we're gonna bring our knee towards our nose and plant our foot in between our hands. Good. And so from here, we're just gonna lift up. Let's go ahead and put our hands on our hips just to make sure those are squared. So we have all 10 toes facing forward. We want to make sure that that knee is in line with the ankle. Great. Now this is our high lunge. You can keep your hands there or you can lift up. This is great for stretching the front of this left leg and psoas. And we're breathing here. Now we're going to bring our hands heart center, prayer position. And then we're going to take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and look towards me. So hold that. I'm just going to check you. Good. Wonderful. All right, so let's slowly come back out of that. Come back to center. Frame the foot. Step back into down dog. Pedal through. And we'll take take that left foot straight behind us. Bring the knee towards the nose, and then lift up. Again, squaring the hips first. Nice wide legs will help with balance. You can always take your feet further out towards the side of the mat for balance. And lifting up. Engaging the abs. Let's go ahead and bring the arms up. And take one breath here, and then we'll go ahead and bring our hands heart center, prayer position. And take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Really engaging through that back foot. Nice and strong. And then come back to center, frame the foot. Step back to dog. And from here, we're gonna come back into our plank. We're gonna lower down with strength into our cobra. So let's go ahead and lean up or lift up, keeping the nose down, good. And then let's sit back into child's pose. So knees apart, feet together, and sitting all the way back. Now I'm gonna give you a pillow right here or a blanket. There you go. Does that feel a little bit better? Okay. So breathing here, relaxing those shoulders down away from your ears. Let's take one more breath. Soaking that breath in, surfing it. And exhale completely. Now you can go ahead and come up. And we're just gonna go ahead and sit down on your rear end. So I'm gonna just grab your strap for you. So with this, we're gonna sit here nice and comfy. And we're gonna take the strap in our right hand straight up behind us. And so the left hand's gonna come down below and grab the strap. And so with this, go ahead and hold that, but breathe. So what we wanna do is lift through the chest, be able to lift the head. We can even come out this way a little bit, that way we're not hurting the neck. So you should feel a nice pull there. So you wanna challenge yourself in this stretch without injury. So you're not pulling or tugging, it's just a nice static stretch. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So we'll just bring the strap back down, hold it in the left hand, come down with the right. Perfect. Make sure that you can lift your head up, sitting nice and tall, breathing. Let's take one more breath here, and then relax out of the pose. So keeping our strap, we're gonna go ahead and take our right foot out long. Left leg's gonna come in, and we're just gonna put the strap on the ball of the foot. So if you find the arch, you're just gonna come up just a little bit where the toes are. And so from here, you wanna engage the foot. So we're flexing these toes towards our nose, but we wanna sit up nice and tall. And so we're breathing here. And if it's comfortable, you can lean in a little bit. If not, you can stay here, no problem. So keeping that back straight. So that's the challenge, keeping the back straight while you're leaning forward. Or you can just keep it nice and tall and stay here. And let's go ahead and come to the other side. So I just put my foot in and switch sides, but you can loop it with your hands, whatever's easiest. So again, coming up on the ball of the foot. So that foot is engaged, so flexing the foot. Find a nice tall spine, lifting, and lean forward just till it's comfortable. Breathing into the back of the leg. And then relaxing out of the pose. Now we can go ahead and drop the strap beside us. We're not going to be using it for our next pose. So with this, we're just going to roll down nice and slow. So you really want to engage your abdominals, and we're just going to come all the way down. So our head is the last thing to come down. So if you'd like, you can scoot down a little bit since you're coming off your mat. Make you a little more comfy. We'll go ahead and take the right ankle towards the left thigh, and then we're going to take the ankle off the thigh just a little bit. We're going to come through the hole, grab the hamstring, and relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. Now we want to engage or flex both feet. So flex the feet so we have them nice and engaged. Now while we're pulling this left leg towards us, we're actively thinking about pushing this right knee away. Now I'm just going to touch your shoulders here and relax. There you go. Breathing deeply into this. And then when you're ready, go ahead and relax out of the pose, and we'll come to the other side. So switching legs, left leg, right thigh, good. You're a pro at this already. All right, now remember we're engaging both feet, so flexing the feet, pulling this right knee towards us, thinking about sending the left leg away. And again, we're just gonna relax those shoulders down. Good. And then relaxing out of that. And here we're just gonna do a real easy spinal twist. So we're gonna have our hands down near our hips. We're just gonna lift our hips up and take them 2 inches to the right. And then we're gonna bring our knees over to the opposite side, or our left side. So there's a couple different ways you can do this arm. You can have it straight out behind you. Yeah. You can also have it up at a diagonal, which will really stretch out that rib area we were talking about. So that might be nice and helpful. And just breathing into this twist. Coming back to center now. Bring both knees in and bring them back neutral on your mat. And then go ahead and shift them 2 inches over to the left now. And we'll do the same thing. Both knees are going to come over to the right. And we're going to try and extend that arm back. And you can have it out straight or at the diagonal like you did with this side, whatever feels comfortable for you. Now if that's too much, you can also put a block under your knees. Does that feel better? Okay. So breathing into that. Good, relaxing. We'll take one more breath here and then come back to center. And now we're going to come into our final resting pose. So with this, we're just going to put this blanket under your knees. So relax your legs out long on your mat. I'll pull this down just a hair. And so we're going to relax your arms out beside you, facing up. And we're breathing here, so relaxing. I'm just going to put a little eye pillow over your eyes since we have the big light on for recording. And so we're going to be here just for a few moments. Inhaling deeply into the belly and exhaling, relaxing completely. Now just relax into whatever breath feels best for you. And I'll let you know when it's time to get up. And now opening and closing the hands and taking a nice deep inhalation in the belly. Wiggling the toes, circling the ankles. And when you're ready, you can bend one knee and then the other into your chest. Hugging those knees, rocking side to side, massaging the low back. Keeping your eyes closed. And then letting both legs fall over to the right side and pushing yourself up to a seated position, nice and slow. And then you can sit comfortable, however that is. Nice tall spine. And keeping our eyes closed, we'll just take an inhalation here and exhale. And then we'll bring our hands heart center, prayer position, pushing the palms together. And let's go ahead and dip the chin or bring the nose towards the fingertips. And take one nice deep inhalation and exhale. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and open our gaze, still looking down. And then slowly bring our head up. And this is where we'll end our practice for today, so namaste.